Chat Arms TV. We're back, man, with another interview, and I've been hype about this one. This is one me and my dog have been talking about for a minute, and he's got many monikers.
Yeah.
You've got Big Body Charlie.
Yeah.
We've got Slick.
Yeah. Serious.
We've got Mr. Put Your Shoes On. Y'all have seen him on Chat Arms TV, Mr. Put Your Shoes On.
He's single, ladies. And gonna stay that way, too.
Hell yeah. We got Big Body Charlie in the building, man. What's up, dog?
Don't forget Matt motherfucking Krazy.
Matt Krazy.
Yeah.
Many different monikers, man. But you've definitely got a story, bro. And I've been wanting to sit down with you for a minute. It's just been us getting the timing together on it. You know what I mean?
You stay busy, I stay busy.
Yeah, for sure. So we're here to knock it out. We're in the middle of Squint's editing footage. We're working on other stuff. So
the hardest man working in show business.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's like Ric Flair.
Ric Flair, shout out Ric Flair, dude. We'll just start from the jump, man. So, are you born and raised here?
I'm a Louisville, Kentucky baby.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, shout out Louisville, Kentucky,
yeah,
dude.
Shout out to Ville, man.
Yeah. How long did you live there?
All my life until maybe probably around about 18 years old.
Oh, so you're not even you haven't even lived here except your just adult life, basically. You've always been like at Louisville.
Well, I ain't lived in Nashville only maybe about 8-9 months. I lived the rest of my adulthood and.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that too. Yeah, but
yeah.
So what was it? What was it like growing up in Louisville?
I mean, it was cool. Playing sports. Come from a family of girls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being the only boy. Had my pops around. Being around uncles and shit. It was cool. It was just like growing up, man. You get into trouble. Little hood kid, man,
Yeah.
Everything just like that. It was cool though.
Yeah. Was you heavy into sports growing up?
Yeah.
What was your favorite sport you was playing?
Football.
Football?
Yeah.
Would you play like junior pro, middle school, all that, like all the way up?
Yeah, I played all the way up. I couldn't play high school because, by the time I was in high school, I was going to alternative school and they don't have football teams. Shout out to Butcher. Petty motherfucker. I hate Butcher High School.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What position you play in football?
Man, inside linebacker and running back.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, dude, like I know you're a big fan of music, but that's not really like your lane as far as creating music. But growing up, like what music?
It used to be though.
Did it really? Well, talk about that then. Talk about the music. Like what you get into early?
Growing up, I've always loved music. I always loved poetry, so I was always putting words together. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And me and O&E.
Yeah.
We came up with Serious Family when I was probably about 18, 17, something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I used to write, used to record just, in the bathroom and shit like that, just to listen to myself when I used to ride around.
That's cool. So, did you ever record any music yourself, or was it did you just get to the writing part of it?
No, I mean, I actually made a couple songs, but it was just like mixtape songs before like mixtapes was out. I used to like get an instrumental off of Hot Love song that was out and just, go over and just put my shit to it.
Yeah.
Drink my Red Bull in my interview. Juice and apple juice.
Hell yeah, dude. So you grown up playing sports and you said you was into music and stuff.
Yeah.
As far as listening to music, what was you into the most growing up as far as like what got you like what made you love music initially?
Okay, so like I said, I'm from Louisville, so we have different opinions in Louisville on what genre, what area you listen to. Like, is it down south? Is it Midwest? Is it East Coast? It's not East Coast. I'm gonna tell y'all that nigga now. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we battle from Midwest to down south. So a lot of my big inspirations in music was like Project Pat, Tupac, of course, B.I.G. until maybe about a couple months ago, No Diddy. Cash Money, No Limit.
Yeah, we're all roughly the same age, so it was that same.
Yeah, most dudes my age probably got TRU tattooed on them somewhere.
Right. Right.
It's just the truth, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I listen to all that, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't Twister. I listened to a lot of music. It's different.
Yeah. So, like, you mentioned a minute ago about you was in, like, was it alternative school?
Yeah.
when did that start? Like when
Middle
you was
school.
middle school,
Yeah, middle school.
just acting out.
Yeah, I just, I had an anger problem growing up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I used to fight a lot. So, like, and I come from the home of Muhammad Ali. So, every father used to tell their son, any father that was in the house,
Yeah.
you can be the next champion of the world. So, we used to fight for fun, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, fist fights was, you know. So, anytime, if me and my friends are fighting and we fight because we friends and you a nigga I don't like, you say something stupid, I'm hitting you in your motherfucking mouth.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
fighting was just a part of growing up.
Yeah. And you were in alternative school pretty much all of high school?
Yeah.
Those years?
Yeah, yeah. My ninth grade, my freshman year, my first day of high school was at Butcher Metropolitan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want to get into when you grew? You said you was 18. When did you go into a prison? When year
I
was
went to
that?
prison when I was 19.
Okay, so right after what would have been like high school time frame.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you want
definitely.
to speak about what happened with that? Like how that what happened?
I mean, I was young. I was following up behind my cousin, man. I wasn't a leader at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've learned over my many years that to be a leader, you must be willing to follow something
Yeah.
to become a leader. Because you can only lead to the point at which you're willing to follow.
Yeah.
So, I was running up behind, growth and development brothers and, my cousin,
Mm-hmm.
and got into some trouble, man, 20 years, 17 years, day for day, 2085.
Golly, dude.
Yeah.
And where did you start? Did you serve all of it in the same place?
Nah, I got bounced around because I stayed getting in trouble, like I said. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I started at Turner Center, ended up at West High, ended up at South Central, ended up at Northwest, Morgan County. Where was that when I got out? River Bend.
Mm-hmm.
I got out. No, I was at River Bend before I went to Morgan County. I believe I got out of Morgan County at the close custody program.
Yeah.
For the fourth time.
Damn it, man. And you did 17 years. What was the charge you had to serve the time for?
Especially aggravated kidnapping was the charge
okay.
that stuck to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they try to put more on, and then that's what they got to stick, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what, they got to stick. Because, I got caught red-handed with a body on my person.
Yeah. So, and then at that point, you had already had, like, as a juvenile, you had been in and out of, like, stuff like that. So that probably...
Yeah, JCYC in Louisville, you know what I'm saying? I done did a couple little weekends at the little juvenile facility down here in Nashville, too.
Yeah. So you go in at 19 and you're looking at that long sentence. Like, do you want to speak about like what it was like in there, like initially, like when you first went in, like because you've been in and out of like the juvenile stuff, but like, do you want to kind of just speak about what that was like as a 19-year-old kid going in there?
Okay, so I've had this conversation with a couple individuals. Like my little brother Frizz, like we had a conversation about this one time, man.
Shout out Fridge.
Man, shout out, man, little bro.
Yeah.
Love you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Frizz was like, man, what was it like when you first got to print? I'm like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was excited. I was like, man, let me get off this bus. Let me get a knife. Let me show these niggas what I can do because I know the game. I was raised up around felons. Uncles, aunties, my mama. You know what I mean? I grew up around people that been to jail, been to prison and shit like that. So I was like, I'm not from Tennessee. Don't none of these dudes know me. I know somebody gonna try me. I'm gonna have to down him. I'm gonna have to do something bad to him. You know what I'm saying? So I was really excited to get to prison and be like, let me put my skills to,
Because that's just where your head was at the time.
Yeah.
Like
I was a 19,
fighting.
20-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my mind, my frontal lobe wasn't mature enough to actually understand what was important in life.
Yeah. So for the listeners and watchers, like take us through like what a day would be in prison, like initially, like if you want to, you see what I'm saying? Like take us through like what your day in prison would be like.
So when I first got to prison, because I did 17 years, so over the years, daily routines got different.
Right.
But when I first got to prison, it was like, I get there, I got to get verified, you know. I get up in the morning, get my knife, put my shoes on, come out in the middle of the park. There's breakfast. I got to go to breakfast because, a lot of shit go down in the child hall. People die, people get beat up, people get robbed, shit like that. So I got to be there.
Yeah.
And, get back from that. I ain't got no job, don't want no job. I don't want to be no rock man, I'm like, where the pack at? How do we get this pack in? How can I still be a drug dealer? So, it was game planning, meeting, associates of mine, and just, getting through the day. Sometimes a lot of drinking. A lot of drinking got me through prison too, playing dominoes, yeah.
And it was. I guess it was easier to see. To me, I don't even know that it would be that easy to get that kind of stuff in there like that.
Man, by the time I got to my 3rd or 4th year in prison, I was literally, like, I would call home and my grandmama would call me contraband boy. Like, I did 17 years in prison. I know a good 14 of that, I had a cell phone in my cell. You know what I'm saying? That was mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like.
And that was, and because you've been out 3 years, right? You've been
No. I've been out 4.5
4 and a
years.
half. So it was right around COVID.
Yep.
Right.
Right before COVID.
Right before COVID. So when you went in initially, you're talking over 20 years ago. So
2002. I got locked up October 15, 2002, and got out October 15, 2019.
17 years to the day.
Day for day. Hell yeah.
Golly, bro. So, I know you spoke about like fighting and stuff a lot growing up. Was that something you dealt with a lot in prison too?
I mean, it wasn't no secret. Like, Matt Krazy, man, I'll break your motherfucking jaw just for playing with me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm down because like I said, I'm not from down here. I'm not from the state of Tennessee. Every dude I meet, whether it's one of my growth and development brothers or if it's just some random dude, you new to me, so I don't trust nobody like that.
Yeah.
I ain't never really been approachable, especially at that age. I wasn't approachable. Ain't no playing with me, ain't no calling me something that I'm not, no calling me dog, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Just anything. You approach me because I'm gonna give you respect. So you gonna give me mine.
Yeah.
So it was just, it was whatever.
Yeah, it was dealing with that a lot. So, like, over that time frame, at some point, did you see where you kind of started to change from a mindset standpoint?
I mean,
like
once
over
I
the
got,
years.
Yeah, once I got older, like when I first got to prison, it was so easy to stab somebody and just be, without feelings or without being void of emotion. It was cool. But when I started getting older, probably around about 27, 28, I started being like, man, look, this shit ain't what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving my life, I'm making sacrifices to motherfuckers that wouldn't make sacrifices for me.
Yep.
The importance of living started to become a real thing.
Like before, up until that point, you didn't even look at life like that.
No, because I was willing and prepared to spend the rest of my life in prison.
Yeah. Did you feel more at home in there than outside? I know some people say that do a lot of time. Like, and the only reason I asked that is because what you said when you went in, like you weren't, like you was just like ready, or you said you was excited when you saw the freeze.
Like,
right?
yeah.
Is that kind of where your mentality was for a long period of that sentence?
Yeah, like prison was home. Prison was home. Like, I did, okay, from the day that I got out, you got to say, I got locked up when I was 19. I did a little bit less than half of my life in prison the day that I got out. Because I did 17 years in prison. And the time that I went to jail, I was 19 years old.
Yeah.
So
it was almost 50%.
Yeah, it was like, that's the only thing I really knew, you know what I'm saying, as far as like being an adult.
Yeah.
So I was like, Give a fuck about none of this shit.
Yeah, it just was your life at the time. It's just
Yeah,
what you
and
were.
since I've been home, like a lot of people say, man, we can't even tell you been to prison because you've adapted so well to being out here. But I mean, I stayed in tune with family members, friends, and shit. Like I said, I had a cell phone. You didn't have to write me no letter. You didn't have to send me no picture. Send me a text, inbox me. You know what I mean? So I stayed in tune with what was going on with members of Show and Prove now. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Family members in different states, friends in different states. I stayed in tune. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's crazy too, bro. Because like hearing you talk like that, like the way you were, and knowing you just now, like over the last year and a half, 2 years,
Yeah.
it's crazy because like you're so, to me, like you're so approachable
Yeah.
and but you're also grown now too,
Yeah. I'm definitely
and
grown.
you've been through a lot, and I think that's dope that you've been able to where you were at. If do you look back and see where you were at and look at it like, golly, man, or was you just like that was just who I was back then?
I mean, so like maybe probably I've been out 4.5 years. Like maybe about 3 months ago, I looked at myself in the mirror. I've been hearing people tell me, "Man, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of you."
Mm-hmm.
Because I was on the fence about coming home doing the right thing. I was like, man, if I get out, if I don't find no job, am I gonna be back selling dope? Am I gonna be back,
Mm-hmm.
doing this and doing that? But it's been a journey, and I finally looked in the mirror and told myself that I was proud of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of hit and miss.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hit and miss. Like I understand what life is, and I understand like how much I mean to people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Cause like going in prison at 19, I didn't understand like what I meant to my mother, what I meant to my father, my
Yeah.
friends, my family and shit. It was all about me. I was selfish.
Yeah.
I'm such an unselfish person now. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like my whole mantra and my motto is my life's bigger than me.
Yeah.
My life's bigger than me.
Yeah. And throughout that sentence, man, is there like, can you recall anything that was like, maybe some of the craziest things you saw or while you was in there? That you, I mean, obviously that you could speak
Man,
about. I don't want you to
I
speak like
mean,
nothing you
yeah,
don't.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. I mean, it's prison. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah,
I did a lot of my time at Northwest, what they call the Thunderdome, which is, what they say might be the most violent prison in Tennessee, state-wise.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I've seen people get killed in front of a library. I've
mm-hmm.
also walked in my cell and seen, female guard sucking dick.
Oh wow,
You know what I mean? Like I done
yeah,
seen a lot in prison. Like
yeah,
prison really a city within itself. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's crazy, dude. Yeah, I'm sure that like, it's just like anything else, man. I guess after when you're in there for a certain amount of time, it just becomes you become numb to seeing certain things because
Yeah,
it's just what you're
yeah,
used to
yeah,
seeing.
yeah, yeah.
You know, when you got towards the end of the sentence, um, did you ever find yourself worried when you got out that you weren't going to be like did that worry you as you're because I've talked with
Yeah,
people that
yeah.
when
It
they get
definitely
ready to
did.
end their sentence they get scared.
Yeah. Okay. So I've always been an individual. Like I was viewed as one of the most hardest dudes walking through, prison walls.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, shout out to Calvin. Shout out to Frizz, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
me and LeBron had a conversation. We really made fun about it. Like I had an anxiety attack
Mm-hmm.
probably about 2 years before I came home because I'm like, I'm close to going home.
Yeah.
I done got in my head that I want to go home. It's not like my first 5, 6, 7, 8 years in prison. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I go home. I actually want to go home and I want to make a difference now. I had an anxiety attack.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, I was kind of scared. Shout out to my brother Lowdown too, because we had a conversation one day when I was at River Bend about, he was like, bro, man, Krazy, man, are you worried about going home? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm worried about going home. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do the right thing for real. I want to do the right thing. My mind and my heart, my soul is directed toward doing the right thing, but once I'm out here on the streets, am I gonna do the right thing? Because I done seen dudes in 17 years come back to prison 4 times.
Yeah.
6, 3 months. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I done seen motherfucker get out, come back 90 days, and they put him in the same cell he left from.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah. Throw the motherfucking sunroof back, and I'd be like, man, I'm free. Like, that shit still hit me.
Mm-hmm.
That shit mean a lot. Because, like I said, I did a long time in prison.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I really didn't do it, because it was just life at some point in time. Like, it just became everyday life.
Yep.
I was just like, man, it is what it is. And then once I got home, like, I'll let back the sunroof. I'll look up and I'll be like, you know, it's 4.5 years now, almost 5. I'm like, man, I'm free.
Yeah.
I'm free. And I get that feeling no matter what. If I'm just going to my refrigerator, drinking apple juice out of a fucking jug,
Yep.
I'm free. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I'm just, you know what I'm saying, laying in the bed with my 75-inch in my bedroom, just listening to the Isley Brothers, I'm free.
No, for sure, dude.
Or like last weekend, driving downtown to my Charger with my little Venezuela, get my dick sucked. I'm free. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Or like when I literally tell the bitch, man, hey, put your shoes on, man. You gotta go. I'm free. I can do that.
So you were on, like you said, you had the you was talking with Fridge, and you had the anxiety
attack, yeah.
Because you was afraid. You had them 2 years left. That it was the countdown was close to.
It got real.
Yeah, it got real.
Niggas say, yeah, the countdown real.
And do you think the anxiety attack was because you was like, am I going to be able to function out there because I'm so used to this, basically?
No, it was, my anxiety attack came from a couple things. First, it came from my father, who, when you locked up, people don't like to tell you shit.
Yep.
And my father, I found out he had cancer. And my father, my stepfather, but he's my father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just, man, when I found out that shit, it was so surreal, because I'm like, I know you're going to be there when I get home, but it might be a possibility that you might not be there when I get home.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up when he like I said, I was into sports. He at sports games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, father-son talks, just going to the store, going on my uncle's house, being around all men. Because like I said, I grew up with all females in the house.
Yeah.
Like, my pops, man, Big Charles he was my hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was that, and coupled with the fact that, am I going to do the right thing? Because I want to do the right thing, but am I going to do the right thing? Because I don't know if I'm going to do the right thing until I get home.
You're so used to doing the other.
Yeah. I'm
that
used to
other
running the street. Yeah.
And once you're in there, you're like, well, I'm already in here. It's probably not near as much pressure when you're in there, because it's already like, well,
no. Because I mean, I can slang dope. I can basically stab somebody to death, and they just gonna put me in. They gonna put me on max for a couple years.
Yeah.
And that's if they can prove it.
Yeah.
Because you got to think, when I went to prison, they got cameras everywhere now, but when I went to prison, there ain't no cameras.
Yeah.
Guard didn't come around, walking around like they do now. Guards were walking around during count time 3 times a day. That's it. That's the only time they in the pod.
Yeah.
We in the pod 100 and what was it, 30 something, 60 something cells? Probably about 130 people. Ain't no telling what's going on. Ain't no telling what happened in there.
Yeah, that's wild. But like, so we come up to the time frame when you're being released, right? Yeah. Speak about that, what that was like.
Okay, so when I got released, it was October 15, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I was at Morgan County close custody for the 4th time on close, because I had basically beat a nigga under the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said something to my cousin I didn't like. And, you know, I got out. Life became real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was dating a female that, you know, a lot of family members love, but some family members didn't like. So, you know, when I got home, I was treated a certain way because, you know.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like I had, like, for 6 months, I ain't gonna say 6 months, probably about 4 months, I ain't get to hug my mother. That shit hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for 6 months, I ain't get to hug my mother.
Because of the situation you just talking about, like it was kind
Yeah,
of
I
separating
mean,
people.
yeah. My
Yeah.
mother said it was because, you know, I want you to come home and spend 24 hours with me. And I'm like, Mom, I just did 17 years. I'm trying to get home. I'll come spend 10, 12 hours with you.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
that night, you know, I'm trying to stick this dipstick into something. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to knock a whole cervix loose.
Yeah.
For real.
Right.
I'm trying to get in the hot tub and fuck. I'm gonna do some extra shit.
Jesus.
I want to eat some pussy for the first time. You know what I mean? And you hear me? Yeah, I want to eat some pussy for the first time. I want to lick some ass for the first time. You know what I mean? Like I want to get freak nasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's a long time, bro.
yeah, but I understood my mama's point of view. Like, you know, I want you to spend because nigga, you been gone 17 years and you the only son I got.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a mama's boy. Still am a mama boy. Not like Lil Scrappy, but I'm a mama's boy.
Yeah.
Shout out Lil Scrappy. G's up.
Shout out Scrappy.
Man.
So yeah, man. So that finally, y'all, you said for 4 months, but then everything got back to the way.
Yeah. Cause I quit fucking with Gail. I probably, you know, I left her because she started getting crazy. I probably fucked her crazy because I was fresh out of prison after 17 years.
Right in the hot tub, dude.
Man, shout out that hot tub. It got rings around that motherfucker. I'm a nasty mother, ladies.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I will touch your cervix. I will. Don't let them tell you big dudes got small ones. Length, girth, stroke, and stamina. Just saying.
Oh,
but once we done, you got to do what, Squints?
Put your shoes on.
Yeah, put your shoes on. Put your shoes on.
Yeah, dude. So you're home. Let's talk now. Yeah. Let's fast forward to the pandemic. Speak about how that affected you. Like,
not at all.
It didn't.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm used to being locked down.
Right. That's true. That's true. Yeah,
I'm used to being locked down.
Yeah.
And
so it was like I'm in prison, like on the outside now.
Yeah. So when the pandemic hit, like it really kind of boosted me a little bit because I was used to dealing with you can only move a certain way. And I got to the point where I was thriving off of moving only a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Limited movement,
mm-hmm.
per se. So when COVID hit, you know, first of all, shout out my job. Because it gave me a chance to show and prove that I can come home and be a outstanding member of the community.
Yeah.
And actually do what I'm supposed to do and actually take care of my dependent responsibilities at the expense of my intelligence and not the expense of a gun.
Yeah. And you've been with that same place, right? Since you came home?
Yeah. I came home. I spent my first 3 days trying to find a full-time job, and I made it a full-time job. Trying to find a full-time job. I spent 8 hours every day filling out applications online or just pulling up places and filling out paper applications, man.
Trying to get somebody to give you a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, because I came home with the conviction of killing recidivism. Recidivism is the act of one or more people going in and out of prison.
Yeah.
And
which is what you were talking about earlier. When dude come back in his own cell 3 months later or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't finna keep rotating, going in and out of prison, getting in and out of trouble. I wasn't gonna do that because I already know as a felon, it was so easy to put me back in prison like that. So I'm like, I need to just find a job because I have a plan, and sometimes plans don't always go the way you want them to, but you know, you just have to adapt to shit.
Yeah.
So I came home. I wanted to drive trucks. I wanted to drive a truck, get my CDLs, drive a truck, save up a little money, buy my own truck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I told myself for my first little year, I was gonna work a regular job so that way I can get acclimated back into society and be around people so I know how to act around people. Because my first couple of days was,
Difficult.
man, I was at Applebee's, I almost snapped on the waiter because he kept walking behind me.
Yeah.
Like I went to reach and say something to him. My gal at the time had to grab my hoodie. Like, no, baby, don't do that. He just going to go get us some drinks. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what he doing. He walking behind me.
Yeah.
That's the third time he walked behind me.
Yeah.
So I was still a little, institutionalized.
Just trying to get acclimated to
Yeah.
the regular society, basically. Yeah.
But like for COVID, like I was on first shift, I got put on second shift, and I got to actually display how hard of a worker I was.
Mm-hmm.
And from there then on, I started moving up in the company.
Yeah. That's dope, dude.
And I started moving up in the company. Like I started off making $11 an hour.
Yeah.
I make over 27 dollars an hour now.
Yeah.
And I was making $11 making boxes. If I make a box a day, I'm gonna fire somebody.
Oh,
okay.
You good?
Like if I make a box, I might fire somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like for real. Like I got an office, I got a computer. Like I can't even believe that type of shit.
Yeah.
Like for real, I can't believe that. Cause all I've ever did was sold drugs, rob, gang bang.
Yeah.
Like I sit and I go out. I have company trips with people that make over $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
And they want me in that position to, you know what I mean? To be like, hey, we see you making $70,000 a year. We want to, bring you up. So,
yeah. And that's crazy. And that's awesome too, man, to show that like it almost is like full circle, like going through what you went through as a kid and then being in prison for 17 years, coming out and like just trying to get somebody to give you a shot. You start out making minimum, a little over minimum wage, and then now you're in a good spot and where you're continuing to like grow and stuff. And so what I wanted to talk about too, I know we spoke about it before you got here. Do you want to speak about when this is being filmed? This is a certain, you've had a rough go today.
Yeah.
You want to speak about that at all?
You
said
so
something. Yeah.
Today's April the 20th.
Yeah.
420.
Yeah. I love that man. I swear to God, I love you. 420 is an important day, not because of,
right.
what he said, because I quit smoking weed before I even went to prison.
Yeah.
But like, and this shit finna just, like, it's finna get real personal. Like, it's been 2 years since I've known my sister was dead. Like, it's the anniversary today.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I ain't been able to concentrate all day. I went to work saying I'm gonna just, keep my mind on something else.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't keep my mind on something else. Shout out to my thumb. Shout out to that goddamn auto bagger, because I almost was like this.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't concentrate at work. But as a man who's seen dead bodies, whether if it's just because I created them or somebody else created them, I've seen eyes without life in them.
Yeah.
And 2 years ago today, my sister had surgery on the 19th, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And her brain swelled after the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And the top of her brain collapsed on the bottom of her brain, and she died. And I went to work because I'm like, everybody telling me, child, go to work. Slick, go to work. And my folk and them like, man, Krazy, man, you good, man. Sis gonna be all right. Go to work, man.
It was supposed to be a routine surgery?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a routine. Like, I ain't gonna say routine.
Right, but not like, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, it was one of the biggest like blood clots that they supposed to remove at the hospital downtown in Nashville. I don't even remember what hospital it was. I think it was Vanderbilt though.
Yeah.
But they said it was a success. They removed it.
Mm-hmm.
But in recovery, man. My sister, she just, for whatever reason, the back part of her head started to swell and the top of her brain collapsed on the bottom of her brain, man. And like she passed away 2 years ago today. Now officially, tomorrow is the day that my sister passed away. Because, you know, in that vegetable state, you know, doctors want to give you a active or whatever. I don't even remember what the procedure was called, but I remember they did like a feeling test, an eye test, you know what I mean, a responsive test. And I ain't never been through no shit like that, but when they did the eye test and they opened my sister's eyes and stuck the light in there and I seen her pupils, I done seen what death looked like in somebody's eyes and I knew she wasn't there. I knew she wasn't there. So today been kind of, you know, surreal for me, man. So, but I know I got to keep myself going because, like I said, my life bigger than me. And she left 2 children. She left a mother. My mama. Shout out my mama, man. Shout out my mama.
You got a close relationship with her kids?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell
cool,
yeah. Her daughter, man, my niece, my broke best friend. Shout out Miranda.
Yeah.
I cash app you later on. That little girl something else. And my nephew, shout out my nephew, man. Dude, you strong. I don't care what nobody say. You got as much heart in you as I do, dude. And I only got the kind of heart that you can put on a gorilla chest. But my nephew, man, Ramon, I see you. That's why, you know, last year when you came and seen and stayed with me.
That's the one you had with you for them few months.
Yeah, that's the one that was driving around in the Charles while I was drunk.
Yeah.
Shout out my nephew. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
But, you know, me and him, we got a good relationship. Like, when I first came home, I was just Uncle Charles, who he had never really seen other than maybe about 4 visits in prison. So, you know, I had to kind of put my, you know, I'll beat your ass, little nigga, if you get out of line. I'm really your uncle, so I had to put that down. So, like, the discipline and shit, like, I had my first Christmas home, I think I made him touch everything in my mama's house.
Yeah.
But now, you know, he take care of his sister. He make sure he look after her. You know what I'm saying? Like, he do the things that I've been trying to teach him, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, kind of help him be a man because his mama ain't around no more.
Yeah. Well, bro, this has been dope, man. I'm really glad that we were able to cross paths through O&E because now you're like family to all of us, you know. And
shout out Jackie Moon.
Yeah, shout out Jackie Moon. And man, I'm really happy for you. I'm proud of what you're being able to do, and you know, and what I want to do to close this out is you've got many aliases, right? Yeah. Whether it's Charles or Charlie or Mr. Put Your Shoes On.
Oh, Big Dick Daddy for you.
I'll let you call that one. So we'll end it on this note. Who is Charles? Like who? Instead, whether it's Mac, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you. Charles is an enigma. I'm like a Rubik's Cube.
Okay.
There is many levels to me.
Yeah.
Like most people don't know, I love poetry. I write poetry. And Fridge, I'm gonna try to put a book together.
Let's go, dude. Shout out Fridge, man.
Yeah, man, I love my little brother, man. He been on my ass about that poetry shit for years.
He shouted you out in the book too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But I love poetry. Like, I'm a sweetheart. I can sweet talk a gal out of panties. I'm loyal.
Yeah.
I'm respectful. I'm understanding. I'm caring.
Asshole.
Shout out O&E, man. Come on in here, buddy. Come on in here, man. My cousin, man.
We're finishing up. Yeah, he's on the left.
Nah, come on in here. No. Nah, hold on. Nah, for real though. Nah, cause you a big part, dude. A big part. My cousin, a big part of why I'm so successful.
Hell yeah.
He's the reason I came home and started worrying about my credit, worrying about my attitude, worrying about being around people because I don't really like people. I don't. As a whole, I don't like people. Individuals, I like people.
Yeah.
Squints, love him.
Yeah.
Chad, my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
Signed my chest one day, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. Signed my chest.
Sign my chest.
And it wouldn't be an interview of me without a little nudity, so I'm gonna show y'all where he signed it at. He signed it right here. Right here, he did. He signed it. He signed it that day. I think we were doing what was that video? Step on it.
Yeah.
Step on that shit. Yeah. He signed it because O&E wouldn't sign it.
Hell yeah, dude. Shout out one, man. But I'm happy for you, man. I'm glad that we was able to get this done, and now that we're at the new spot, we'll make sure to get you involved more because it's close to where you're at anyway. So
man, hell yeah, man. Hey man, shout out to Sean Prove, man. Like y'all got like a lot of, and I don't care about the motion. I don't care about. I mean, I do, but
yeah.
I don't trip on, the podcast, the interviews, I don't care about none of that shit. Y'all some real motherfuckers over here, man.
Yeah.
Like y'all some real individuals.
Yeah. I appreciate that, man.
Like y'all some real motherfucking individuals, man. And y'all attached with other real motherfuckers. Man, shout out to Mark, man. Me and Mark had a conversation the other day. You know
Mark
what I'm saying?
Gray?
Yeah, that's Bubba,
dude.
man.
Hell yeah.
Like we had a conversation and we was just really just waiting on my twin to say, man, y'all gay as hell. Y'all just being too nice right now.
Leroy.
Man, yeah. We waiting on Leroy to come through and just be like, man, what the fuck y'all got going on? But y'all attached us like some real men.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm a real man, so I understand what another real man is and what he go through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like on a daily basis. So
Hell yeah, dude.
I make sure I reach out and I make sure I touch y'all, man. And nigga, hey, I might be Sean Prove's first battle rapper.
Oh, let's go, dude. Come on.
I might be Sean Prove's first battle rapper. But man, I'm definitely, man, pushing the brand, man. I love y'all.
We love you
Sean
too,
Prove, man, the truth, man.
Hell yeah, man. Well,
shout out to Squints. I love you, Squints.
Matt, Krazy, dude. We appreciate you, Bubba. Chat Arts TV.
Chat Arts.